This week, I want to talk about birth. Now, I know I may not be the biggest expert on birth, given some biological challenges. It's something that I just haven't been able to do myself, but I have been birthed, so I can tell you what it looked like from my end. And the way it was we're coming up on September 10th, 1996, the day of my birth. I just lasted a long summer in my mom, and she did such a great job. She's my hero. She fed me. She gave me all of the nutrients. She gave me a safe home with shelter and love and nourishment 24/7, and it was amazing. But September 10th came, and it was time to pop out. And the way that it happened was crazy. My mother was in tremendous pain. There were doctors taking care of her, and she had to push, and suddenly out came my head, and out came the rest of my body. But throughout the entire process, my mom was in immense pain. And then suddenly, the pain passed, I came out, and her and my dad looked at me and they said, "Oh man, can we have a different one?" Just kidding, I hope they didn't say that. They said, "Oh, thank God, our fourth kid, we're never doing this again. We're done, we're throwing in the towel." But this now is the biggest blessing, and we are so happy. The tremendous pain has passed, and now it is all joy. Last week, we suffered the holiday, not such a holiday, the day of Tisha B'Av, which, as we talked about, was the destruction of the temple, the saddest day in Jewish history. Now we're coming up to Tu B'Av, which is a day of love on the Jewish calendar. We're coming up to Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, amazingly holy days in the Jewish calendar. We've overcome the period of pain, and we're coming up on the period of joy, the period of overcoming that pain, overcoming that suffering. So often, when you go through a difficult challenge, when you go through a hard time, birth, you have the incredibly challenging, painful part, and then you get through it and you have the biggest blessing in the world. One more example of this feeling. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Just like I'm not an expert in birth, I'm also not such an expert on pronouncing Greek names. But Giannis was down 2-0 in the NBA Finals. And his team, the Milwaukee Bucks, they came back and they won. There's two terms. There's galut and there's geula. Galut is exile. Geula is redemption or salvation. It's the feeling of overcoming the challenge. It's the feeling of achieving what you wanted to achieve, overcoming the pain, overcoming the suffering, and reaching the goal, reaching the simcha, reaching the happiness that is at the end of it. So whether you're going through birth right now, whether you're in the NBA Finals and you're down 2-0, whatever your galut is, whatever your exile, whatever your challenge is, I want to bless you that just like the night is darkest just before the dawn, I want to bless you that the night will come to a close soon, that the dawn will start to creep in, the light will start to flow and take over all of the darkness. And B'ezrat Hashem, your life will be filled with light. Your life will be filled with overcoming these challenges. So if you feel like your back is against the wall, if you feel like you're going through that galut moment, that moment of struggle, that moment of exile, just keep pushing forward, because the geula for you is right around the corner. Blessing all of you with the strength to overcome, the strength to keep pushing through, because when you do, it's going to feel so much better to have overcome what was in your way. L'chaim, Shabbat Shalom, love you all.